Hey everybody, welcome. It's 2018 and today I want to teach you 7 different effective keys to healing your chronic fatigue going forward in 2018. So when you leave this video today, you'll know exactly what you need to do to get over that hump of chronic fatigue and feeling stronger, healthier again in your life. Now, I've taught a few of these keys to many of my patients and students over the years, but I've never put them all in this 7 all together in this one package. So even if you do just a few of these, you will see good results within a few weeks to a month. But if you do all 7, you should see it pretty immediately, okay? Reminds me of one of my clients I had years ago that suffered tremendously from chronic fatigue syndrome, couldn't get off the couch, couldn't enjoy her life fully. And once she came in, we did some acupuncture, we did some herbal therapy, but the most important thing we did was implement a few of these strategies I'm going to give you today. And she did a regular qigong practice that she did every day, and the combination of those two really changed the cycle to get her back feeling fully alive again, and I want that for you too. Okay, so 7 keys. First one, we have to eliminate it out of our life what doesn't work for us. So if you're feeling sick with chronic fatigue, something ain't working right. So you gotta change it. So the first thing is look at your diet, and I want you to change and eliminate anything that is a stimulant. It can be anything from coffee. Number 1, right? We are addicted in this country to getting that little jolt. Well, that little jolt is giving your adrenals a hell of a time. So you need to take that out of your body. Yes, I know there's going to be some detox symptoms. We can talk about that in a future video. But for right now, you need to know you got to get off coffee. 2, you got to get off sugar. Sugar is a stimulant, right? It's as addictive as cocaine. So we know that now. We know it's in everything. So now when you shop, you have to look at the label and see, is there sugar in there, right? No sugar. No processed foods, because a lot of times processed foods have sugars in them that make the adrenal system overstimulated, right? The key is we gotta settle down the adrenal system so it's in a normal baseline again. Now, you might have other sensitivities to food. So when you eat and you notice you're bloated, you're full, you have a scratchy throat, tickly tongue, you break out, you have a runny nose. These are all signs you have some sensitivity. So it's important for you to eliminate some of those foods that are giving you a difficult time. So you watch your body, you listen to your body and listen and let it tell you what you can and cannot eat, okay? Number 2 effective key that you want to have in your repertoire is bone broth. Bone broth every day. Now, I know you're listening to all these people like Dr. Axe and so on. They're saying the wonderful health benefits of bone broth from more of a scientific standpoint. I want to give you a different perspective from a Chinese medicine perspective, which is bone broth relates to the kidney energy. Bone broth is from the bones, and in Chinese medicine, the kidney energy, which is the water element of our body, is the bones, the bone marrow. So if you want to strengthen that deficiency that you have in your body, like the adrenals, the kidneys, you eat or ingest things that are that. So kidneys, right? If that's too intense for you, eating kidneys, then I recommend eating bone broth. Oxtail soup is another that's really good. Has that kind of broth, right? So that is stimulating the kidney energy in a healthy way. Of course, all the vitamins and minerals and other great things that come with bone broth. But I want you to think about it. It's an energetic message you're giving your body is kidney energy, stronger, adrenal energy, stronger, healthy, normal. So eating bone broth every day is what's going to give your body that message to produce, to heal, to do what it needs to do to get your kidney adrenal energy back into a right relation. Number 3 way that is the most effective for you in healing your chronic fatigue: exercise daily. I know, right? How can we exercise when we feel so tired, right? That's the predicament we're in. But do whatever you can to move and circulate your blood into the best capability that you can, right? I'm not advocating you go out and run miles. I'm not advocating you spend hours at the gym. What I am saying is movement. Move your body. Do some of the therapeutic exercises that the ancients knew that would help your system stay strong, healthy for a long period of time, right? So those are yoga, tai chi, qigong, okay? Click on the link below to another video where I say the number 1 effective way to heal your chronic fatigue by standing, doing the standing qigong exercise with your knees bent, right? Holding those postures for a long period of time. Check that out. I think you'll get good results if you do that every day, okay? So, number 4 effective key for healing chronic fatigue. We know how important sleep is and rest, but do you know how important it is to have effective sleep habits? Most people I see have horrible sleep habits, right? Every night they're going to bed at a different time. They're having trouble falling asleep. They're having trouble staying asleep. What are the things to do to have effective sleep? First and foremost, you need to turn off all electronics, all things that are going to cause you not to produce more melatonin, that are going to create restful sleep at night. Turn off the lights. Do a meditation. Take some time. Be reflective. Journal, right? Read. Do the things that are going to settle your system down. Do some qigong movements, right? Do some yoga. Do some breathing. Do some prayer before you go to bed. That's going to help elicit a nice, calm, collective state so you can fall asleep and stay asleep for most of the night. If you have trouble staying asleep, well, stay tuned. We'll do another video in the future about how you can help with that. But by and large, you want good, effective sleep for at least 8 hours with chronic fatigue. You might need more in the beginning, but do 8 hours consistently, okay? The next, number 5, effective key for healing chronic fatigue is your sex habits. Yes, I said it, your sex habits. Oftentimes when we have chronic fatigue, it's a bad relationship that we have with our sexual energy, right? It's not to say you can't have sex, but sometimes you might be overdoing it for too long of a time. Meaning like if you're a male, you are masturbating and ejaculating too much for what your body and your kidney energy can handle. So tone it down, right? Find other ways in which you can experience pleasure from the sexual energy without overdoing it. Learn how to recycle or regenerative energy, bring it back into the body, up the spine, into the brain, and nourish the body rather than just releasing it outward all the time. I'm going to give a video in the future about this, so stay tuned so you can learn how to heal your relationship around good sexual habits. Okay? And number 6, so we're on to 6, right? 6 is what we do before we go to sleep. And that is the stimuli, right? So that is the social media. That is the TV. Do not watch too much drama. Do not watch too much overstimulating shows, movies, podcasts, things like that that are going to ramp up, that are going to produce more anxiety. Perfect example, right? Game of Thrones, right? These shows that just stimulate us in a way that gets our adrenals pumping in a way that's not going to help you. So the best is turn it off. Do some relaxing things that are going to calm and settle. Oftentimes when you have chronic fatigue syndrome, you have an addiction to some of these things. So you have to look inside and see, why am I so addicted to watching these really horror movies? Why am I so addicted to constantly being in these dramas where I feel all these different emotions all the time? You have to reel in the attention from focusing outside and getting that entertainment out there and return it back inward so you can start to feel what it's like to be entertained by the inside of you, right? Simple and effective ways that are going to nourish you in the kidney energy. Okay, and the last one, number 7, is your emotions. So oftentimes when we have chronic fatigue, we have, again, a bad cycle, a bad feedback loop of where we are stuck in a habitual emotional pattern of anxiety, right? So when we are in chronic fatigue, it's a long pattern of being anxious of who we are, having to do too much, having to keep going, not feeling comfortable staying still. Oh, I gotta work more. Oh, I gotta get those 6-pack because I'm not so pretty, so I gotta go to the gym and work really hard in all these ways, right? That's all an emotional content that's driving you in your unconscious. You gotta get really honest and clear with yourself. Am I at peace with who I am, right? If you're not, which a lot of people aren't, I wasn't too. I wasn't at peace with who I was for a long time, right? But you gotta really be honest and check with yourself. Who am I? Am I at peace with who I am? Do I love who I am? Why am I running myself ragged with some ideal that I'm not? The girl in the magazine, the guy on the muscle magazine, right? Be who you are and let go of any anxiety, any fear, any insecurity you have about who you are, and start to be grateful. Love yourself. Appreciate yourself. You got this only one time in this life. Remember that. Take the time to know yourself, to be with yourself, and you'll find you might just start to like who you are. Okay? Follow those 7 keys, and I swear, if you do it effectively for the next 2 weeks to 3 weeks, you're going to start seeing some change. But you got to keep it going. It's a momentum we're building. It's an energy change we're doing. Right? If you do that, I think you'll be very happy with the results. Okay? If you want to know more about this information, what I teach, and how I go about it, click on the link below to my group on Facebook, Healing Infusions Group. We have a whole number, it's a private group where it's a subscription, and in that group we do guided healing meditations, we do chi empowered breathing, we do healing effective movements to help you on your healing journey. And I hope you can join me there. So if you like what you saw today, give me a like below. If you like the content, subscribe to it. We're gonna do a lot more of these types of videos. And please give me a comment below. Let me know about your chronic fatigue and how I might help you on your journey for healing it. And I wish you all the best to your healing journey. Take good care. Thank you.